So that's gonna be on page 29. Well, technically, yeah, 29 and 30.
$29.
Yes, that's gonna be on page 29. Alright, so that's gonna be on the last part here. So it's in the box. So we are completing this part, right? Okay, so based from this part, what was the last time we have discussed?
We discussed about small talk. Yeah.
Okay. And how far have we discussed between Anne and Lars' conversation? Okay, so we've been answering or discussing this part. So just to remind us, can you just go ahead and read the questions, Roy?
And to keep the conversation going, how does Anne show she's interested?
Okay.
And
Alright,
asking
good.
where did he learn English?
So here,
There's
you've answered.
answers
Can you
he
read
learned
it?
from school and went to England quite a few times. Quite a few times.
Okay. So there. So Lar added that information to make the conversation going, right? So what particular? So it's he went to England quite a few times. So if in your case, if let's say we don't know each other and we had this short conversation, so I can ask you also, your English is okay. Where did you learn English? How are you going to answer that, Ron? Where did you learn English?
Okay.
Yeah, it's you. You need to respond, in your own
English from
experience.
school and online English. I learned English from school and
And I learned
online English
English
class.
and okay, online English class. Okay, good. So what else? There are actually a lot that Lars added. So that's one of it. Number two. Mm-hmm. Yep.
and ask him, have you managed to get around our seat yet?
Okay, where is that? Manage to. From what conversation is that? What number
Here.
or what part here? Roy? Could you repeat it? Okay. Okay. Have you managed to get around our city yet? And? Alright. So these are the answers of Lars.
Nothing very much. He
Can
just
you read it,
walked along with
please?
Riverside, taken a paper across the Missouri. Not seen the Beatles' exhibition yet.
Okay. So if we're gonna make this a correct sentence, how are you going to say this?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Because what he answered here is just, a part or phrases, right?
I'm not
So how are
I'm
you
not
gonna correct
seeing
it?
very much. Mhm.
I I'm not
I
seeing
just
very much. Okay.
I just I just walk along with Riverside. And taken a
Okay.
ferry across the
In.
Mersey.
Cross and Mercy. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not
Is that it?
seeing the Beatles' exhibition yet.
I'm not seeing the Beatles.
Yes,
Do you know what is this? The Beatles exhibition?
right.
Okay. Yes. This is a famous band, right? Beatles. Okay. So, this part, it's actually better if you answer it this way. I just walk or I'm not seeing. I have not seen very much. You won't say I'm not seen very much. You will say I have not seen very much. Okay? So avoid that. And then I just walk along with the riverside, or you could say I have been uh, I have been for a walk. So remove this. Walk along with riverside or with the. Still okay. with the riverside. And hold on. Riverside and taking a ferry across the Mersey, but I haven't seen the Beatles exhibition yet. So, but I haven't seen. So remove this. So there. I have not seen very much. I have been for a walk along with the riverside and taken a ferry across the Mersey,
Okay,
but haven't seen the Beatles exhibition yet. Alright, so it sounds clearer, and you could actually, anyway, it's just like a one answer or one sentence. So from here, you will learn how to use coordinating conjunctions, like the word and, right? So that's one. And then yet. This is also a coordinating conjunction. Okay. So just for practices, for practice pronunciation practices, can you go ahead and read this?
I have been for a walk along with the riverside and taken a ferry across the Mersey, but I haven't seen the Beatles exhibition yet. Beatles.
How do you pronounce this again? Can you read it one more time? Okay. Make it a little bit, the emphasis is Beatles, the letter T, Beatles, exhibition yet. Okay, good. What else? There are actually a lot, Roy. So let's go now with number 3. You can actually start from the beginning, It's the very part.
When did you get there?
Okay. When was that? Where is that? Hold on, let me underline it. So this is the one. Next is, let's see your answer. I've learned English. Okay. The next, what is your answer again, Roy? When did you get here?
I don't know the answer.
Okay, you don't know the other answers? Alright, so what about here? From the beginning. So, yes, they aren't they. When did you get here? Ago. Plane from Oslo, a bit late, didn't matter. And here, oh good, where are you staying in Liverpool? This part. So Grand Hotel, convenient for the office. Room not very big. Okay. So this is actually one, right? So he already mentioned that he will be staying at the Grand Hotel. Convenient. He said that it is convenient for the office.
Okay.
But his room is not that big, but it's just okay.
I'm staying
right?
in Grand Garden Hotel.
Okay.
I'm staying.
So he is staying at Grand Hotel, and what else?
It's convenient for the office. It's convenient for the office.
It's convenient. It's convenient for the office. Okay.
The room
And then
is not very big, but it's okay.
the room is not very big, but it's okay. Good. So see, you're using another conjunction, the word but. Alright, so instead of the, you can also use my. My room is not very big, but it's okay. So, good. Next. Number 4. Actually, for this part, the answer of Lars, this is also the information. So he took a plane from Oslo, and it's a bit late, but he said that it doesn't matter.
The plane was fun also. The plane was fun.
I'm sorry, the plane was?
Oslo.
The plane was from Oslo, okay.
And the plane was a bit late.
Okay. The plane was a bit late.
It didn't made. It didn't
Okay. Bit late and it didn't matter. Okay. Oh, okay. So the plane was from Oslo, or okay. So again, we are actually discussing about Lars' answer. So it should be I, my. So it's more of himself, right? So we will try to change this into my so that it's gonna be. My room is not very big, but it's okay. Here, I. So I took the plane from Oslo. Okay, so we are I took the plane from Oslo. The plane was a bit late, or we can say we were we were a bit late. But instead of in, but it didn't matter.
I took the plane.
Can you go ahead and read it, Roy?
Oslo. And we were a bit later landing, but it didn't matter.
Okay, so I took the plane from Oslo. We were a bit late landing, but it didn't matter.
Okay.
See, so it's more of a first person. Okay, next, what else? There are more. What about okay, so this part, what you think? So, question of Anne. Oh, how interesting. And what are you doing here in Liverpool, Lars? So, what's the answer of Lars, Roy?
Okay. I'm attending a conference.
Okay, so that's the answer. So, see, it's another answer. So, let's underline. So, how are you going to correct that?
I'm attending a conference.
Okay. I'm attending a conference. Okay. And then he said here for 5 days. Home on the 7th. So how are you gonna make this a complete
here for
sentence?
5 days.
Okay. Okay, I will stay here for 5 days. Okay, what's next? Why?
And I will go home on
Okay, what
the
else?
17th.
Okay, I will go home on the 17th. Okay. So how are you gonna make this as one
attending
sentence?
a conference. I will stay here for 5 days and I will go home on the 17th.
Okay, there. See, it's better. And I will go home on the 17th. Good. Next. So what else? Number 6.
6.
Yes, number 6.
I hope you enjoy. Don't work too hard. Okay. I will try to enjoy myself by not to talk.
Okay. You said I
Well,
will try to enjoy myself, you said? I will try to enjoy myself.
bye bye.
Okay, what else?
Bye. Not to talk.
Okay. Well, bye is actually part of it. Yeah. So, if you meet a new
It was.
person, how are you gonna end the conversation? Oh, it was? You said nice to talk? Nice to talk. Or it's actually better if you would say, if you will complete this. It was nice to talk to you. There. So I will try to enjoy myself. Bye. It was
Okay.
nice to talk to you. Or it was nice talking to you. So that's how you usually end a conversation, right? Especially for just a very small talk and you already know something about that person. Alright, so can you go ahead and read
I
it
am attending a
from number
conference.
5
I
to
will stay
number 6,
here for
please?
5 days and I will go home on the 17th. I will try to enjoy myself. Bye. It was nice to talk to you.
Okay, good, good. Next. Okay, so, well, technically it says here,
Okay.
you need to listen again to the conversation. So that is 2.9. So the link is actually below. So this is what we're gonna do so that your time will not be consumed by just listening to the audio. I will give this as your homework, okay? All right, so that you can just listen to it.
Okay.
Don't forget, okay? You often forget to do your homework. Alright, so here. Alright, so let's go ahead and start this part. Can you go ahead and read it, Roy? So from the title, number 1.
In conference, we sometimes
up
don't
until
want
here.
to sound too
Okay, go
negative.
ahead.
We often negative comments. Also, oh,
It's actually soften. It's not often. Yeah, there's an S. Can you read this part also?
spoken English. Solving a negative
Can you read the title,
comment.
Roy?
Softening.
Okay, this is pronounced as softening. So it's like open. The letter T is a silent
Softening.
letter T. So you don't pronounce as softening, but it's softening. Okay, good. So when we say softening a negative comment, what do you mean about that? I just want to know how you understand this word.
It means we ignore negative comment. Ignore. Miss
Ignore? No, what did you say?
It means we ignore negative comment. Ignore, yeah.
We ignore negative comment. Okay. Alrighty. Well, technically, when we say softening comment, you tend to, if you were gonna point out something, for example, you're ugly, or you're not, so you don't actually say that directly to a particular person, because of course you will offend that person, right? So if you're gonna say something which is actually negative, you tend to, you tend to change the choice of your words. So for example, you saw a very ugly person. How are you gonna say to that person that he or she is ugly? That will not offend them.
You mean we change the word to describe this ugly girl? Okay, I see.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, exactly. So how are you gonna say that?
She has good insight.
Okay. So it's like you're not saying directly, but you will just say she's good from the inside. Okay. Okay. So here we have a
This part?
this one it's actually simple.
We were
So
late
can you
landing.
read this part?
We were a bit later landing. Late. Late.
So pronounce this as late. Late. So it's like if you're gonna read that.
Late.
Late. Late. So it's like there is a letter Y, late. So we were late landing. And it says here it was softened in a way that we were a bit late landing. So it's like, hey, you're late. But when we say we were a bit late, so it's just like, let's say, just a few minutes maybe, or just a few seconds. But technically they are still late, right?
My room is tiny.
Okay, next. Here.
My room isn't very big,
Can you
but
read
it's
it?
okay.
Okay. And see, so you tend to say it like in a different way.
Right.
You don't actually say tiny or small, right? Alright, so it says here, make these comments softer. Use the words in the brackets. So we have here number 1. It's expensive. So how are you gonna say that? Okay. Can you go ahead and type your answer? So you can start typing it here. In this part. Let me just fix this. It's here for you to
Okay.
Okay. Next. It's hard.
Okay. It's a bit expensive.
Okay, so can you read it? Okay, good. That's correct.
Hard.
Next, number 2.
It's quite real hard.
I'm sorry. Okay, it's a quite few hard, or you remove this and this one.
Okay, it's quite hard.
So if you're gonna read it, can you read it again?
It's quite hard.
There, see? It's quite hard. So you will not say it's very hard, but that's actually, it's like it's heavier, it's harder. But if you say, softening it, it's quite hard.
It's
There.
not warm.
Next, number 3. Okay. It's not warm, or if you're gonna use the short part, it isn't very warm. So it's like it isn't very warm. So what you've answered, it's okay, but the correct answer, because they're a bit close. So you just miss to add the word very warm. So you could just say it isn't very warm. So
They are not
there.
friendly.
Next, number 4. Okay. They're not friendly, or okay, it's actually quite the same with your number 3 answer. It's not warm, but the right term is it isn't very warm. In this part, number 4, how are you gonna say this in such a way that it will look like this? Or the short term, they aren't friendly.
The same means they are not. Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, it's the same, but the right term, the right term to shorten this part, they're not friendly, but it's actually better if you're gonna say they aren't friendly. This is more formal, but you can actually also use this, in an informal conversation,
Okay.
or informal, language, or informal English. We've been actually using the shortcut for such, this negative part, isn't.
I earn not very
Next,
much.
number 5.
I not earn very much. Or
I earn not very much.
I don't earn very much. Okay.
There, that's correct. Can you write it down?
Okay.
I don't earn very much. Okay, that's better. See, you're getting it. So this part also you could add very. They aren't very friendly.
They are not very much.
Next, number 6.
To do.
Okay. What you think? Is it right? Is it the same with how we correct the other words like this
They
part?
don't have very much things to do.
Okay. Or, good try. There isn't very much to do. It's a bit confusing, right? Because here there is a word nothing. But here you actually added things. So if you're gonna correct that, there isn't very much to do. So this is actually correct. So these are the right words.
Okay.
Okay. Are we good on this part, Roy? Okay. Just okay? Alrighty, next. Let's go now to T number 5. Ooh. So here, there is another listening part. It says here, listen to the questions and answer them. Make a comment and add some information. Add a question if you can. So basically, most of this part are already listening points. Well, I think this is just actually very short anyways. So 210. So I'll just go ahead and add this as part of your homework. So you just need to go ahead and click the link. Okay, so this part that are actually highlighted in purple, so that's going to be your homework, alright? So once we're done with this part, then we could already move to your new book. Okay, so let me see. We actually have 5 minutes left.
Okay.
Can you try to listen 2.9? Yeah. Let's see if we could go ahead and listen to it.
Tape script 2.9. Making small talk.
So what do you think of Liverpool, Lars?
It's really interesting. Liverpool's such an old city, isn't it? There are some lovely buildings, and the people are so friendly.
Yes, they are, aren't they? When did you get here?
2 days ago, I got the plane from Oslo. We were a bit late landing, but it didn't matter.
Oh, good. Where are you staying in Liverpool?
At the Grand Hotel. It's very convenient for the office. My room isn't very big, but it's okay.
What a pity. Well, never mind. Where are you from?
Okay.
Well, from Norway. I
Alright. So
Yeah.
2.9, it's actually the
How
conversation
was it?
between Anne and Laura, right? So, how was it? Do you think? Yeah, how was it? Do you think we were able to complete the sentences correctly
Okay.
on how they had a conversation?
Right.
So, it's
Right.
similar, right? Or it's the same on how Lars expressed that on the recording. So,
Oh yeah.
did you understand it better compared to the one that we have it here? Here, the one, the conversation
Yes.
that's, sometimes it's just
See.
phrases. It's not in a complete sentences. So, do you prefer listening to the conversation or
I
reading
think
the conversation
both is
like this
okay.
part on page 29?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, both. Okay. So you learn both by listening and by reading. Okay. Why? Why do you say that? That you want both? Or it's better to
You means
listen
so
and read?
I don't show your question. What?
Okay. Why did you say that it's better to
I
listen
think
to the
maybe I listen
conversation
the
and
conversation first
also
time.
read the
I
conversation?
always cannot hear clear.
I
Yeah.
always not can. I always not
So maybe
cannot
I read
hear
first.
clear.
I read the article
So you
first.
did not.
Maybe it's better.
Mm, oh. Why did you say that you cannot hear it clear? Is it their accent?
My listening is
How they
not
speak?
good.
Why did you say that you cannot hear it clear?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So
Yeah.
you are not yet familiar with the other words. I think that's what you want to say. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I understand. Of course, English is not your first language, right? So it's actually your second language. Well, I feel the same way. It's actually better if you have, if you're gonna read it and then listen also at the same time. So here, well, when you say it, I always cannot hear clear, the sentence is wrong.
I always
Yeah, so how are you gonna
cannot
correct it?
hear clear.
Or I always or you could say I cannot I always cannot hear it clearly. Clearly. Or you can also say I cannot understand some of the words. So that's the other reason why you cannot hear it clearly or how they pronounce it. So for example, um, for them it's actually a British accent. So when did you arrive? Today. So instead of today, you will say today. So that's how they pronounce some of the words, right? So today, but for them, if they're gonna pronounce it today, so it's kind of different, the sound. All right, okay. So you're good. So you don't need to do this part since you've already listened to it. Okay. All right. So you can just go ahead and work onto number 5 and number 6. So this is going to be the homework.
See you.
Alrighty, so we're good for now, Roy. And you have a great evening. Alright, see you. Bye now.